Hey KLWines, this is Adam Spiegel over at the Sonoma Distilling Company. Just want to say a quick hello and give you a tour of our facility. Thank you guys for purchasing our single barrel. We are lucky to have clients like you guys, and during the tough times, you know, everybody needs something good to drink, so thank you so much for choosing us. I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of our facility, then we'll sit down and actually have a tasting of the products. Here right now we're standing in our mash cooking facility. So you'll see that we have the capacity here to take raw ingredients, so our grains that come in and the grains that we would use in your single barrel are milled, mashed, and fermented in this space. So we actually take 2,000 pound super sacks, we weigh them out, we mill them through this red mill behind me, add them to the grist case behind me, and then slowly but surely we'll take them up and move them to the top of via an auger to our mash tuns. Inside there, grain, water are combined, heated up, we'll cool those elements back down again. And what's really exciting is by the time we've added a malted ingredient, typically we'll use either rye malt or barley malt, we will have a mash that is super sugary. I'm going through it just to be kind of quick, but overall I wanted you to see our whole facility, and 2,200 square feet is a bit to walk around, so see me walking. So right now, grain, water are combined together in the mash tun. I'm gonna flip this thing around so you can actually see what I'm working with. Go through the pipes here, cool everything down to about 80 degrees. That's actually a mash going through the cycles right now. After we cool that down to 80 degrees, we pump it through a chiller, and then we go into our fermentation vessels. Inside the fermentation vessels, it'll rest there for about 5 to 7 days while we apply yeast. Take a look at some bubblies. Active ferment. We use a sweet mash, so we're going ahead and actually using a fresh yeast every single time. Notice a bit of activity here. You'll also notice the tops of our fermenters are wide open. It's not just to sort of bring the smell into our room, but it's also to let the yeast that's sort of naturally permeating our walls and permeating our ceiling here to actually affect the flavor of the product. So tops of the fermenter wide open. We leave the grains in there so you can actually see there's grain, water, and yeast combined. 5 to 7 days ferment. All that happens here in-house. So again, grain to glass distillery. What's really exciting now is that 100% of our grains are coming from California. So in the whiskey that will be released in the next 3 to 5 years, you'll be tasting stuff that's sort of pure Californian. Allows us to support local farmers. It's a nice little symbiotic relationship we have there. So all of that happens here. We create a distiller's beer, makes it somewhere between 9 to 11% ABV. And then we go into the distillery. So we take our 9, 10, 11% alcohol beer, we pump it through the walls, we throw it into our large 3,000 gallon Scottish still, and then liquid alcohol is separated from liquid water. So distillation, fairly simplistic. Water and alcohol evaporate at 2 different temperatures. Water boils generally about 212 degrees. Alcohol evaporates between 175 and 192 degrees. So all the vapor that you capture inside of your still at the very first part of the run, because it's a nice closed vessel, you pumped everything inside of here, you close the lid. All the vapors that you capture are all alcoholic vapors. So pump through the wall, 9% alcohol beer goes in, starts to rise through the head of the still when you apply heat. Hits a cold copper, drops back down. Hits a cold copper, drops back down. By the time it's pure enough to go all the way through, it goes through the neck, gets chilled by the condenser, and comes back out as liquid alcohol over it. That's the first distillation. That gives you low wines. Low wines are generally between 30 and 35% alcohol. Then you distill it a second time. that gives you an alcohol generally between 65 and 75% alcohol. You're just reconcentrating alcohol over and over and over again. So that happens here on site. You see our traditional pot stills. This is called an alembic. This is our old Moorish technology that we bought over from a company in Spain. And this is Scottish technology. So think of beautiful Scottish distilleries. We happen to have one here in Sonoma. So this is our little 3,000 gallon distillery. Walk around a little bit more. We're running through the paces here, but I wanted you really to see the whole facility. As I mentioned, we got 22,000 square feet here. Outside, beautiful sunny Sonoma day. Helps make good whiskey, I promise you. One of the big things that we're super proud of here is our green thumb. So we're a 100% wind powered facility as well. When you flip that bottle over, you'll notice a little wind turbine in the back. Another interesting thing to note, all of our own grains get donated to a local farmer. So this is a dewatering station. What it does is squeezes out after you run the grains through the still. Does a really good job of squeezing them all out. And then we donate these grains to a local farmer. He feeds it to the pigs and the sheep, lays it as compost. This is a really good little symbiotic relationship there because he's also helping us grow some grains now too. So we're lucky folks here. Notice some barrels swelling. Getting ready to make some whiskey, guys. The product you guys have is a cherrywood smoked product. That comes from the fact that we actually take California cherry trees and cold smoke ourselves. Voila! So this is a 1-ton smoker that we developed. Gives us an opportunity to take California cherry wood, grown typically right around Stockton, California, and we cold smoke our malted barley for anywhere between 40 to 45 hours. So we take a ton of grains, sometimes malted next door now, by the way. We got a malt house right next door here as I'm pointing. He literally drives them about 150 feet, throws them into a 1-ton shipping container, and we can cold smoke all week long, which is really super exciting because you get a little bit of terroir from the tree, so you get a little of that salty, that minerality, that California flavor. But then you're also getting grains that are grown in California. A lot of them are up in Solano County, and we're now able to source 100% locally, which is really super exciting. Kind of gives you a nice little 45-mile footprint here. Keep on continuing on, going over to the barrel room as we speak. So this barrel room here, as you can see, houses all of our barrels. We just got this built within the last 4 to 6 months, so we're trying to fill her up. Got a little bit more room left, which is exciting, but we got some work to do, and we're doing it, even in a scary COVID environment. But this is our barrel room. This is where we're going to be keeping all of our barrels. You notice that we don't have any tall, buildings, all single story, but we go 25 to 30 feet tall. Our barrels are on racks, so they're movable. You'll notice, obviously, these black racks behind me. One of the things that's really nice about these black racks is that they are earthquake proof, because we have a little thing called earthquakes here in California. So where we started to retire these nice yellow racks that we started with, the black racks, they keep us safe, because that's the most important thing. You can always replace product, but you can't replace people. So here are our barrel racks. They go 6 tall, so they go all the way up to the ceiling, close to that 30-foot height. So the temperature variances as you go every 5 feet or so, you're getting hotter and hotter. So it's usually about 15 to 20 degrees warmer all the way up on top versus all the way on the floor on any given day. Today's gonna be 85 degrees, so I do not want to be standing on a ladder today. So from here, I'm gonna kick it over to our tasting. But thank you so much for doing a little walkthrough over the facility. I hope I've been helpful. If you have any more questions, obviously check us out on our website. Sonoma Whiskey is our Instagram and Facebook, so please join us there. And again, we're blessed to be working with you guys at KNL. I'll see you guys at the tasting.